My name is Justin Bote, enrolled agent, owner of Rogue Tax Professionals. Today I'm going to answer a question that I receive often, have for over the last 12 years, and it still confuses a lot of people. And that is, what is the difference between an LLC and a corporation? So first of all, we need to make sure we're talking apples and apples and not apples and oranges. LLC, Inc., PC, LLP, these various acronyms, they are legal entities. And I'm not a lawyer, I'm a tax accountant, so I come at things from a tax perspective. And I can tell you that there's only a small amount of tax entities. The legal entities go on, depends on what entities are recognized by the state that you're doing business in. But as far as tax entities are concerned, there's only a few. There's what's called a sole proprietorship, or what's called a disregarded entity. Those are one and the same. There's a partnership. There's corporation, and corporations can be taxed as an S Corp or a C Corp. So there's really only four. There's a sole proprietorship, partnership, S Corp, or C Corp. Those are the tax entities. So when we're talking about an LLC, we're talking about a legal entity. We're not talking about a tax entity. Now, with that said, you could be taxed as one of those four things while being registered with the Secretary of State as an LLC, limited liability company. So if you're one person and you're doing business and you didn't register with the state, and you're just doing business, then you would be considered a sole proprietorship. Now, if you go to the Secretary of State and you register as an LLC, then your default entity is a sole proprietorship, or what they also call a disregarded entity. Remember, that is one and the same. And you would file what's called a Schedule C on the Form 1040. Now, if there's two or more people, your default entity is a partnership. But if you can go to the Secretary of State and file as an LLC, and then your default entity would still be a partnership. And you would file a form called the 1065. Now, if you want to be a corporation, taxed as a corporation, then you can file as a corporation with the Secretary of State. You still need to elect with the Secretary or with the IRS to be taxed as a corporation. You can be filed with the Secretary of State as an Inc., and you can then elect to either be taxed as an S corporation or a C corporation with the IRS. Now, you can also elect to be, you can register with the Secretary of State as a limited liability company, and then be taxed, and then elect with the IRS to be taxed as an S corp and a C corp. Now, regarding the tax ramifications of each of those entities, I'm going to go ahead and answer that question in a different video.